Oh, hello everyone. I would just like to share with you my thoughts on one of the fruits of the Spirit. And this week we're looking at patience. And I guess this is particularly relevant as we're in this lockdown period with the coronavirus. And I guess where our patience has been tested quite a few times in different ways. I don't know if you struggle with queues. I know Graham certainly does, but queuing for 20 to 30 minutes to go into a supermarket can test your patience. And as we're waiting for news all the time, our patience is being tested of when we'll be able to start going out, when we'll be able to see people normally and go to the pub, go to our restaurants, whatever it is that we are finding difficult at the moment. So our patience is definitely being tested at the moment. So I'd just like to share with you one of the things that I'm having to learn to be patient with. My mum is 80 this year, and so obviously she's self-isolating. So I'm shopping for her. I do my shopping once a week, and so I've started asking her if she needs shopping when I go shopping. And she's very independent, so to start off with, she said, no, I don't need anything. And then the day after I've been shopping, she'll say, oh, yes, I could do with this. I think, that's not particularly helpful, Mum. So I started asking her the day before I went shopping, and I'd get a few things on the list, and she would then the next day say she needed some other things. So definitely my patience had been tested with that. But I have now learnt that I need to wait and give her time to respond to my offer of help. So now, a couple of days before I go shopping, I put the idea in her mind of what she might need on the shopping list. And each day I get a few more bits and pieces, usually the same thing mentioned at several times. But we do have a complete shopping list by the time we get to my shopping day. And I guess I have learnt how to deal with it and how to become patient with her. Not always good, and I could improve most definitely, but definitely have learnt to be better. And then one of the other things is, you've probably heard me say, we've been doing a lot in the garden. I've now got a vegetable patch, planted some seeds to grow carrots and beetroot, and watering it every day. But one of the things the dogs love doing in the garden is catching frisbees, which inevitably seems to involve running over the prepared seed bed. So if I get any plants growing there at all, it will be a miracle. And I've had to learn to not worry, well, just be patient and see what grows and what does come up, and be thankful if anything does, but actually look at what joy it's given me, and what joy the dogs are having being in the garden and playing in the garden. So a couple of examples of me having to learn to be patient in this strange time. But I'd also like to share with you this passage, Colossians 3:12. If I read this out to you. So, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with patience. It also clothe yourself with other fruits of the Spirit, but clothe yourselves with patience. And this just struck me that actually we have a choice. We choose to put our clothes on. We choose what clothes to put on. And we can choose to put patience, to put a t-shirt of patience on in the morning when we get up. And we can do this with God's help, with the Holy Spirit. We can do this, and we can learn to become more patient and more like Jesus. So I'd just like to pray with you now. So, dear Father, I do just ask that you will fill each and every one of us with your Holy Spirit today and this week, Lord, as we focus on patience, and ask you to help us to become more patient, to become quietly patient as we wait for news, as we wait for people to respond, as we wait for plants to grow. Just help us to be quietly patient, Lord. Amen.